Hey y'all, it's All of Destiny. In this video, I will finally be testing out a polygel nail kit on my YouTube channel for the very first time. Saviland reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in testing out this polygel kit and sharing it with you all on my YouTube channel. Here's a quick glimpse at their website. As many comments as I get on my acrylic nails tutorials saying, Destiny, will you please try out polygel? When they reached out to me, I immediately responded like, yes, please send me the kit. My subscribers want me to try polygel so bad. Let's take a moment for honesty and transparency, please. For my own biased reasons of finally mastering acrylic nails, I was honestly comfortable with just doing that. But mastering one technique does not mean that I cannot test and try and master another one. So shout out to you guys for requesting that I try polygel, and also shout out to Saviland for reaching out to me and gifting me this polygel kit. Let's go ahead and take a look inside and see what we have. This is the 100 and 180 grit nail file. We also have the 2-in-1 dual head brush pen that we'll be using to do the polygel nails. Also included is the 1 fluid ounce acrylic gel slip solution, 20 dual forms, which I've never used before. This should be interesting. The 7 milliliter gel base coat and top coat. And inside you have 7 different polygels. I'm going to swatch all of them for you now. This one is the acrylic professional quick crystal clear, pink bloom, a color polygel, also pink mauve, the diamond polygel in diamond red, another diamond polygel, diamond silver. This one is starlight fill, which has pretty hexagons in it. And last but certainly not least, the diamond pink. I did forget to mention all of the tubes come as 15 grams worth of product. So these are all of the swatches. Now, most important, what I'm liking so far, you get 7 different color options in one kit, which is really cool because you don't have to wear just one color on your nails. My sister came in as well. She's like, what are you doing? So we were picking out the colors together. By having the swatches out, I'm able to move them around, place them near one another just to see which ones will complement one another on the same nail set. And if you're not new to my nail tutorials, y'all know I always like to do more than one color on a set. So that'll also give me the chance to show you all multiple gels in one tutorial. And thank goodness there's also an instruction manual included as well. Since this is my first time trying polygel, I'll be following these step by step. If you want to check out more than just polygel, they do have stamping gel polish, dip powder, regular polish, cat eye gel, builder gel, all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. These are my nails after soaking off my acrylics from my last set. I'm going to trim them down. I don't want my natural nails too long outside of the polygel, just to be sure. Like I said, it's my first time, so just to be sure. All of the tools, by the way, will be linked in my description box below as well. After trimming down my nails, I'm taking the nail file provided just to further shape the ends of my nails. Use a cuticle pusher just to push back my cuticles. With any fake nails, you don't want anything in the way that could cause your nails to lift. We want these to last a good little amount of time. I'm going to take the rounded end of the nail file just to kind of roughen up my nail bed just a little bit. Not anything too harsh, but you want these nails to stick. I'm using a buffer. I shouldn't have used the buffer. You want these to kind of be a little rough, so skip the buffer step. That wasn't even on the instructions. Cleaning underneath the cuticle area a little bit more. After washing my hands, I'm just going to sanitize my nails further using alcohol on a cotton pad. Alright, now we're ready to work. So I'm going to take the acrylic gel slip solution. I'm just going to pour some of that into a dampened dish. First thing I noticed, y'all, from doing acrylic nails all the time, this has no smell. We lit. Don't nobody know I'm doing nails in here. So I'm taking the dual forms and I'm basically going to size all of these to each one of my nails. They have like a little curve to them. I did notice that, but it's cool. You want a little bit of a curve and something to give the nails shape and strength. So I'm going to go ahead and just basically speed through sizing all of the nails. The thing with sizing, you want to make sure that it fits side to side on the nail, but it's not hanging over. That way you'll have the perfect fit. And if it's too small, then you'll end up having to put more of the polygel on. So take your time with this step. I notice every time, even if I use like nail tips when doing acrylic nails, my ring finger and my index finger are very similar in size, so I always have to use like the same size nail tip or anything like that when doing fake nails on myself. So I'll just be sure to keep that in mind, and since I need it for both fingers. Next up, I'm going to take a thin layer of the base coat and cure that underneath a UV lamp for 60 seconds. My timed UV lamp is for 2 minutes, so I'm just going to do the entire by 2 minutes, but the instructions only call for 60 seconds of curing this base gel. The only thing that you don't get in this kit is a UV lamp. They do have kits that you can purchase that will include one. I did see on the website where they do have a mini UV lamp as well as the full size lamp. So I started at about 6 o'clock, finished my nails around 7:30. So this is definitely quicker than when I do my acrylic nails. So I'm taking the diamond red polygel and I'm using the slip solution just to get the brush a little damp, so that as I'm smoothing the polygel along, it won't actually stick to the brush. And I'm sort of doing like a pressing motion, so I kind of pressed the polygel where I wanted it to be, up on the side walls, all around the dual form, but not coming out of the other side. That's basically what I'm checking, and to get the shape as perfect as I can, that way I won't have to do that much filing. I'm trying to keep it as straight as possible using the tip of the brush. So once I'm satisfied with the placement of the polygel as well as the length of the nail and making sure that it's straight on the end, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and gently angle it down onto my nail. I'm not getting directly on the cuticle. I'm leaving a little bit of space. That way, even if some of it seeps out, it won't touch the cuticle, because that will cause lifting. I'm going to cure both the underside as well as the top of the nail. To make sure that my nail stays in place, I'm going to hold it for a few seconds while it's curing, and then I'll let it go. The instructions do call for you to cure anywhere from 60 to 120 seconds under a UV or LED lamp. Wiggle the dual form back and forth until it pops off. And now we have my very first polygel nail, and that C-curve is on point. Oh my god, it looks so good. Like, oh, look at that. Let's do the next nail. I'm taking pink mauve. I'm going to apply a thin layer of the gel and put it onto the suitable size dual form, dipping into the slip solution or alcohol, and then I'm going to smooth the polygel around the dual form, trying to avoid bubbles and making sure that I don't get too much thickness. So to multitask here, I'm going to go ahead and, instead of curing this nail, I want to do 2 at one time. Since I put my nails underneath my lamp for 2 minutes, that's how long my timer stays on, I was like, let's do 2 at one time. So I'm just going to basically prep both of these, and I'm also being sure not to get any of the polygel along the top portion, and again keeping this as straight as I can so that I won't have to do too much filing. But what I did notice, you don't want to put this polygel in here too thick because it won't cure throughout the entire nail. I'll show you all what I mean in a later clip. And I did notice too that I had to go back in and kind of straighten up the edge again. The polygel sort of leveled out as long as you're letting it sit. That's one thing I do like for beginners. With acrylic nails, the acrylic kind of sits fast. Most beginners can't really get used to that too quickly. But with polygel, what I do like, until you put this underneath a lamp, you can continue to work with a gel until it's cured. So that's a plus. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply both of these, making sure not to get too close to the cuticle, because as I began pressing the nail down, just in case some of it squeezes out on me, since this is my first time, the space that I'm allowing between the cuticle of my nail, it won't touch it. If I'm too close to it, then it'll get right on the cuticle and your nail might come off the very next day. Since you have to press it down onto your nail to make sure that it's adhering or sticking to the nail, I just make sure that I kind of level out that bottom side, and then I'm going to cure the nail front and back. My timer is for 2 minutes. If you want to put it on, you can. Or you can just like do the 60 to 120 seconds as recommended in the instructions. Now I'm just going to go ahead and wiggle the form back and forth. Look at these nails, girl. If you look close at the nails, on the ring finger, I did get a little bit of spillage into the cuticle area, but that can be corrected with filing. And then on the middle finger, I had a little bit of spillage to where it looks as if the nail is sitting up in the cuticle area, but we'll correct both of those once we get to the filing and buffing step. Next up, I'm going to take the diamond silver polygel, and before I begin applying the gel inside of the form, I'm going to make sure that it's actually the right one. That way I won't be double working myself. A little different, get a little creative here. I'm going to mix 2 of the gels together. So I'm going to take Starlight Field, just a small amount of that, with the diamond silver, and I'm going to press both of these together on all of these nails. I don't know how I forgot, but I wanted to start off with the clear polygel, and then I was going to apply whichever color of choice. That way when you flip the nail over, you have your clear gel on top. if that makes sense, but I forgot to do that. Either way, this is my 3rd day wearing the nails as I sit here and do the voiceover, and they haven't broken or anything, so I guess they're strong enough on their own. So I'm going to go ahead now and just cure the pointer finger. Since the pointer finger and thumb were too far apart, I didn't want to risk like having the thumb slanted, so I cured those separately, and I found a little hack for like holding the form in place while I smooth out that underside. The way the color came out, y'all, look at that. I'm gonna be mixing polygels like, ooh, I got my first set done. Look at my nails. We need to file them, but girl, look, like, my claws back, baby. Like, yes, y'all know when you get your nails done, you be like, listen. In order to not bore you all, of course, while I do the left hand, I know magic tricks, so here we are. And voila, left hand is completed. We just did different variations of the same thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the 180 grit nail file, and I'm going to file the nails. I didn't want to try anything too like next level official, like trying to do the coffin shape, so I just kind of spread the polygel throughout the dual form. But the polygel was super easy to file with the hand file, so I'm going to go for more of a coffin shaped nail, if you will. If it's not so much coffin, we're just tapering in the sides, and I'm going to make sure that that cuticle area is smooth. And I know y'all gonna be like, Destiny, the nails were so shiny, but I don't want to just walk around with the nail being shiny just because it's shiny, knowing that the shape needs to be perfected. So we're going to fix that. That way my nails won't pop off the next day. And just so you can see that the filing takes it all the way there, this is the difference in before and after filing. That one is shiny, but that right one is on point. And then look at the peak. Look at the peak. Oh, look at the peak. Come on now. Come through, polygel. So this is what I was saying about if you use too much, it'll cure. But as I was filing, the pressure from filing, I was like, what in the world? And it wasn't cured on the inside, and then my thumb came all the way off. But y'all know she a whole level of different when it comes to YouTube. I left my mistakes in to show y'all this realistic. We giving realistic vibes all 2020, okay? So I took some time back to think about what happened. And I said if I roughened up the nail and then we went in with that base gel, I think that smoothed the nail back out prior to pressing on the polygel in the dual form. So I was like, let's roughen the nail back up. I'm also using my drill. I don't have a link for that drill. I need to stop using it on camera because y'all be asking me and it's like I don't got a link, sis. So this time what I did different, I said instead of using the base gel again, I'm going to use a primer on the nail instead. And I'm being sure to not use too much of the polygel. That way we can avoid two different nail errors. No lifting, and the gel will cure throughout. If you want to build the nail up, I would say do it in layers, like build the nail, cure it, and then go back in with something on top if you would want to. So instead of using the base gel, like I said, because we roughened up the surface of the nail, which gives it something to stick to, I decided to use my C&D nail primer that I use when I do my acrylic nails. And then I just basically rebuilt both of these nails the same way as we did before, just to reapply them. Just two little things to note from me trying this my very first time. I wanted to include to show to you all, because y'all know I like to do realistic videos, and this is my first time using polygel. How many times have I said that in this video? So I figured, hey, let's show what really happens for me. I'm currently on day 3 doing the voiceover for wearing these nails, and I haven't lost any of them. None of them have come off, no lifting, none of this, so we good. I'm going to go ahead now and take the top coat. This is a gel, so it will have to be cured underneath the lamp. I'm just going to apply a thin layer of this to all of the nails, and then we're going to add on some rhinestones. The Swarovskis and the rhinestones are either from Long Hair Pretty Nails, AliExpress, Amazon, eBay, different places like that. And then the container itself is from Michaels. My rhinestone picker is from AliExpress too, I think. But everything is available on Amazon, so y'all know I got y'all links in the description box. So I'm just going to arrange some of the rhinestones along the cuticle area on the ring finger, and then maybe place 1 or 2 towards the cuticle area in the center on all of the other nails, just to keep it simple and not do too much with the nails. And then I'm going to go ahead and cure all of those for 2 minutes. I do like that the top coat, it's not an inhibition layer or a sticky layer, so you don't have to like wipe it down with alcohol because it's not sticky. But I did go ahead and wash my hands with soap and water again, and then I'm going to apply cuticle oil to all of my nails. So let's discuss my final thoughts trying a polygel kit for the first time. For the price, I love the items that you get. The kit that I had didn't include a UV lamp, but they do have kits on the site that will include the UV lamp, so everything that you would need to do your nails is included. For the price also, I have enough polygel left to do my nails again and again and again. And thinking about myself as a beginner doing acrylic nails compared to being a beginner doing polygel nails, acrylic could never, like my first set of acrylic nails could never stand next to this at all. This is definitely beginner friendly. When I was doing my nails, there is no smell. I thought somebody that was using acrylic said something. Like, I hope you all enjoyed this video. To everyone that did request for me to try out polygel, this video was for you guys. So I hope y'all are here. I hope y'all watching. Questions and comments, be sure to leave all of that down below. And as always, I thank you so much for watching.